I think that our relationship might have gotten off on the wrong foot. Let's rewind. Hey, I'm Salted Slices. Nice to meet you. Oh, you can't see the game. Well, someone should fix that shit. Holy shit. Oh, you can see the game. Someone fixed it. Oh my God. Yo, big up to our tech department. Really showed up today. It was quite a good cutaway gag. What am I doing? Why am I here? Why now? Hey man, how about it's my stream and I'll ask the questions around these parts. All right, let's do chunky. I don't know. He scales with HP if we're dealing more damage per HP and this one scales with HP innately, it should work. Or we burn out very young and early and join the 27 club. One of the two will happen. To be honest, I thought that's what happened with Usher until I saw him performing yesterday at the Super Bowl. And then I was like, holy shit, he's alive? That's crazy. Under Pressure, I love that song. Anyways, so did I watch the Super Bowl yesterday? You know, it's all of the talk in America. It's all of the talk in the US of A, right? Oh, what do you think of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? Oh, what did you think of the Super Bowl? Do you think the 49ers deserve to win? Do you think the Chiefs deserve to win? Here's my official take. And it's hard, right? It's a very hard take to have because I feel as though, you know, I'm probably next to gamers, one of the most oppressed groups in society when I say the following. I do not care. And I'm not even someone who's like, oh, I watch it for the ads. I actually normally do watch it for the commercials because I think that that's fun, interesting, and entertaining. This wasn't even one of those opportunities, man. I just dead ass. This was probably the first year in ages where I just watched none of it. And you might be like, oh, look at Big Man, so impressive. You don't care about the Super Bowl? It's nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it to be like, guys, I'm just above it, right? It's just more like, what am I gonna pay for cable for one day of the year? At most, what I saw was illegal restreams of it on TikTok where they were putting GTA gameplay underneath it because like then it was transformative enough, I guess. I don't know. I guess that was like the most I saw of it, which means I didn't get to see any of the funny commercials, which is 95% of people's banter surrounding the Super Bowl. They were like, but did you see when insert celebrity walked out and was part of insert commercial celebrity was part of? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to be like, I'm so above this, right? It's just like, if I wanted to see people getting concussions on my television and, you know, get entertained by that, I would always 100% of the time turn on the Russian slap fight before I go to the Super Bowl for my entertainment there. I will say I did see the Nickelodeon coverage of it. That shit was a really funny bit. The fact that they just let, all right, so I'm a little bit of an asshole here because I know Tom Kenny's name, but I do not know the name of the voice actor for Patrick Star. I have seen the one clip of him in the live action thing where it's like, I'll take your nuts and I'll staple up to my door. It's a Patrick's voice and it's really funny. Yeah, exactly. I can see men grunting at any point. I own a mirror. I mean, that's just one debatable man, but like still it counts probably. So how am I feeling, by the way, about this chopper run? Yeah, it's not getting too much done now, is it? When it crits, it feels, I'm not even gonna lie to you and say good. It feels acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scoffing and thinking it's disgusting. Oh, I did see the Illumination ad where they're having the minions laugh at AI, which was kind of a satire of the fact that everybody on Twitter will post an AI generated photo and everybody laughs at it as though it's the funniest thing ever and not like an amalgamation that barely looks human. Like Photoshop edits used to have heart and soul in them. Now people are like, well, why would I pay for Photoshop when I could just like put it into an AI generation? Your job is done. What was the name of the one guy where everybody stole his Photoshop work and then they just post it? And he'd always do like really literal things. They'd be like, can you remove the ugly girl? And then they'd remove like the person who asked for it because the true ugliness was on the inside, seeing as they had judged somebody externally. And we all really had a deep moment of reflection. I can't remember his name. He had like, there was a whole Tumblr blog devoted to him, but all of his work was weirdly, like it was all on Twitter. So I don't know why there was a whole Tumblr blog devoted to him. Look, man, the internet kind of was just like a lawless place, right? You'd find something cool and just post it everywhere. Now Fortnite makes a has-been hotel emote, and society is the one who's at the wrong here. You know, they're all losing their damn mind. I don't understand it, right? Like, even if you're a hater of the show, how much of a hater, and disclaimer, you're like, wow, I can't believe that a has-been lover. I haven't ever seen it, right? But like, there's so much discourse surrounding the show. I feel as though it's impossible to avoid talking about it entirely, just because if you go online, you've probably seen somebody either complaining or not complaining. Oh, speed doesn't affect this character? Oh, fuck. Son of a bitch, I didn't consider that. By which I mean, I just didn't even know it was a thing. Now, I won't lie, our survivability, sustainability, whatever you want to call it, our economic, you know, factors that are influencing the way that we see the world around us are not looking great on this run. But that's fine. It's something. But yeah, no, I mean, but I'm not, it's such a weird double-edged thing, right? I'm not gonna act like I'm completely above ever laughing at anything AI generated. The one I haven't been laughing at, there's been a really big trend the past week, which means it's probably dead by now, and by bringing it up, I am indeed the boomer on this and thus no longer a zoomer. But have you seen the trend of people photoshopping, or not photoshopping, having AI generate people in big boots? And then it's like, they talk about how all they want to do is wear their big boots, and they don't get why it's such a big issue to be in big boots like this. You might say that doesn't even sound that funny. Well, yeah, you'd be right. It's not that funny. What do you want me to say? I thought it was comedy gold? Yeah, no, I mean, like, it wasn't reinventing the wheel or anything. I wasn't all of a sudden like, this changes my worldview. It was mildly amusing the first time. I think my favorite one is there was one time it cuts to somebody and they're completely like covered in soap, and the audio that they AI generate for it is just, I'm covered in foam. And that one got me, but only because it was like a little bit of a curveball and absurdist humor. And it does suck, right? Because it's kind of like a lol random equals funny moment, and I laughed at it. However, in my defense, fuck you, maybe I was faded, huh? Maybe I was under the influence of drugs. Yeah, now I'm cool. Now all of a sudden it's not random equals funny. Now it's stoner humor, and all of a sudden it's interesting and funny again. It's not random equals funny when it's made to be enjoyed when you're high, guys. That's when it's completely different. It is its entirely own ecosystem. So now all of a sudden if you're laughing at it, that's completely understandable and justified because you're cool for it. Anyway, so I don't actually have that strong of opinions about it. I'm going to end my own life. I clicked recycle instead of combine on the wrong one. Oh, that's not good. Ooh, because our waves, or our run's already kind of behind the curve. Luckily, our first one is a horde wave, and horde is what we deal with best right now. We kind of, funnily enough, chop through the horde, you know? If we keep getting range up, I think we're doing really good, because this one's range up just kind of makes its arc a little bit better. And if you know anything about Joan, that's great for us. How was my day? My day was great. And you might say, if it was so great, why are you starting later, huh? Okay, let's ease off the brakes, buddy, or ease off the gas. Okay, hit the brake a little bit, just pump it a little bit, you know. And then somebody goes, pumping, what are we gooning? And I'm like, get off the internet. But anyways, I had a really great day because there's one friend group I don't really play with too often, just because life kind of gets in the way of everybody being able to formulate a time to get together. Today was one of the very few days where everybody was actually able to hop on. So I was like, okay, I'll just stream later in the day because I really do want to say like hi to everybody and see how it's going. Then we played a lot of League of Legends, and you might say, oh, I'm so sorry. The thing you should be sorry for is how much I enjoy League of Legends. That's the part that you should really say sorry for, because that one I don't think there's a cure from, man. I genuinely think once you start enjoying League as much as I do, it's all over. They just gotta take you out back at that point. It's like, I'm sorry. Look at the pretty what is it, the pretty flowers, the pretty sky. It's Of Mice and Men, I believe with what's it, Lonnie, I believe, is the one that they put down. If you don't know the story, he's a good-natured guy, and like he's a strong man who kind of works as a goon for somebody, you know what I mean? But he accidentally kills someone, and much like a dog, a pit bull named Princess, after eating a child, they got to put him down. You know what I mean? It is absolutely hilarious, the dichotomy of dog names, right? I feel like the sweeter someone's dog's name, the more likely it is they're a little ankle biter fuck. You never want to be in here, man. If they're like, oh, come here, Bartholomew II, you know that one's about to be the most well-behaved dog you've ever seen. If they're like, come here, Peaches, you gotta run, all right? That one will kill you. The one named like Squish Fart, that one's gonna walk over, you're gonna be like, yeah, I love this guy. The one that's named like God's gift to this world, run away. Guaranteed anything but. Okay. Buy this. Well, -1 of our very limited armor, because like, what are the odds? You know what I mean? What are the odds that ever matters and comes back to bite me? And then we'll buy this instead. Then we lock this. Well, -2 HP regen for a lot of good stats. Yeah, it's kind of like, and this one's gonna not be a very popular take, or it will be because I'm on the internet. I forgot. No, it would be a popular take. Dog owners who name their dog something sweet are a lot like the kinds of parents who aren't really involved in looking at what their kid's actually doing. You know what I mean? Like the kind of kid who would come up while you're playing on the monkey bars and kick you and run away after throwing sand in your eyes, and you're like, this child is actually a spawn of Satan and nothing good could ever come from their creation. And then their mom's like, he's just a little angel. He's not maybe Azazel, perhaps. Maybe that's the only angel I could think of, but aside from that, he is not an angel. That's the only one, you know? But it's a hot topic, right? Because you say that and then people go, you wouldn't know how hard it is to be a parent. Yeah, fucking course I wouldn't. I didn't sign up for it, okay? It's kind of weird to be like, oh, you don't understand how hard it is. Yeah, why do you think I'm not one? I completely understand how hard it is. That's why I don't do it. You had the option as well and you chose to do it. So like, don't be like, oh, you wouldn't get it. Yeah, of course I wouldn't. I've opted away from it. You've opted towards it. Okay, with higher crit chance, hunting this early should pay for itself. Now that could be wishful thinking. That's true. But you know what? When you wish upon a star, do you know what Jiminy Cricket would say? No, like actually, do you? Because the only one that I can remember from recently is Lies of P, and that one's kind of its own mythos. So. I can't believe his ass could have wished for anything and he wanted consciousness. I was plagued with that one. It's like, I remember where I was when I first gained consciousness. You know what I mean? I booted up Skyrim for the first time. And you might be like, wow, what a formative experience. Nah, man, it was the first time I had to get up to turn off a game. I'm kidding. I know Skyrim still has shooters out there undeservedly. Anyways, well, look, I've given my take on that too many times. I won't. It's just stirring the pot at this point. You know, it's the picture of Vegito in a suit smoking saying bait used to be believable. It's not bait, but I am baiting a reaction. You know what I mean? It's a genuine take that could very easily be construed to be bait due to the fact that it's a purposefully like a very dividing viewpoint I've taken. You know, I know full well that it divides people on it and I don't care. 7% damage from -2 max HP. Yeah, I've been watching some Helldivers. It's pretty cool. I like it. Now, why don't I play it on stream? I haven't upgraded my PC in a while, and I'm kind of worried that I might find the solution to nuclear energy if I turn it on while streaming. That, or, I mean, because you've seen my model in quotes, I guess. You can determine how much of a model it is for yourself. My model crash when I'm playing other games that aren't that intensive. Now that's also possibly on the software that I use for my model thing, and maybe I should be running it as administrator, or maybe that's the only place the issue is coming from. But I have seen that you get to play like a mini DDR every time you want to call in, what do they call them, the ordinances, the abilities that you call in, whatever they call them. And I think that that's very funny because there is something hilarious about pausing in the middle of fighting 30,000 bugs, you know, truly a extinction level event, and your ass is out here like, hold on, it's up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. Oh fuck, I hit right one too many times. I gotta re-input the code starting at ground zero. Okay, crit chance minus damage. We take. Never take candle. I'm many things. A candle taker, that's one of the worst insults you can give me. Always take potato. It's just stats. And what are you afraid of? Statistics? Yeah, my teacher was horrible. Okay, you have a pass. Combine, buy this, and then we don't even have enough to roll. Now, we are going into a boss wave right after I decided for no reason whatsoever. Okay, it's Mother. Everybody, please keep me in your prayers. I know that it's like, no, you're strong enough. You're strong enough. That's a very sweet thing for you to think. We all know the truth, okay? I'm going to get splayed out, man. They're going to lay me out, and it's going to be horrible. I'm going to look like a rug on a billionaire's floor, dude. I'm going to be looking like a cheetah on a billionaire's floor, and they go, oh, it wasn't trophy hunting. It was dead when I found it. And it's like, okay, yeah, what about this trip that you took in the 80s when you were trophy hunting? And it's like, well, you know, that one I only killed elephants. So it's completely different, okay? This one was an imported rug. You're thinking of it all wrong. I would never go trophy hunting except for when it was more socially acceptable to do so, and now that I would face repercussions for my actions, I'm going to act like I never did it in the first place. Excuse me. Okay, hold on. It's just perhaps too many enemies. We live though. Jesus. Dealing 20 damage. What's our engineering at? That's just not worth it. Speed doesn't matter. Yo, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Sorry, that was a YouTube message, everybody. Sorry. For all of my Twitch viewers, goes in, counts. All right, for all of them. I'm just kidding. I don't have it up. It might be 30 billion, and they're all lurking, in which case, I love second monitor content. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love second monitor content. Okay, we are at a 60% chance for crits, which is not that good. Okay. We'll do this, minus our armor a little bit, and then we'll buy more luck and dodge. Yeah, we schizophrenic. Keep walking. It's kind of how we are. Sorry, schizoactive. I believe that would be the term that they'd give you before fully diagnosing, which means that you have symptoms of such. I've heard. In many cases, I've heard. With that said, guys, I've got a new girlfriend. She always disappears when I take the funny pills, but she's here right now. She's just shy, and she goes to a different school, and she's Canadian, and you wouldn't know her. And also she's in a different time zone, so I can't get her to just hop on whenever. So, but I am going to be spending Valentine's Day, and it's going to be really great. Dude, what is up? I think people on the internet are starved for discourse, right? I think people just like fighting and they don't know what to fight about, which is a fair and valid viewpoint to have on life, because it's fun to interact with people, even if it means you have to take a purposefully, you know, like opposition viewpoint just to try and stir up any discourse you can muster. With that said, have you seen, and if you have, you're gonna be like, fucking, I can't escape this. Have you seen the war on yellow paint in video games? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry that I'm about to like ruin your day, right? Because it's such a stupid argument to have that I don't even understand why we're having it, right? So the idea is, as games get more realistic, there's things like climbing in games, some doors you can interact with, some that you can't, and it can be very confusing as a player to try and decipher what's interactable and what isn't. Now, some people take the insane viewpoint of, well, why don't they just make everything in the game that you can climb and interact with? Yeah. Hey, you know how you complain that Call of Duty takes up 80% of your storage space on your device? I've got bad news. If this is the route we're going down, they aren't optimizing anything, okay? So, like, please, anything but that one. So yellow paint is used in some games, not even that many, right? As a way to help guide players, especially some people who like can't understand which way to go next. Some people are, you know, not everybody can see the same way you can. You know what I mean? Just because to you it's obvious where you've got to go. Hey, what if someone's eyes just don't work as well as yours? What do you skill issue? Don't play the game? Gaming wasn't made for you? Eye bad? Like, there's got to be a solution. And luckily there is. Okay, this isn't worth it because it's literally 10 dodge for minus a lot of stats. It's just not worth it at all. The solution, while not, you know, succinct and perfect, does point people in a direction. And that's kind of the whole idea of what you're doing here. We can buy metal now because our crit chance is... Oh, it's not capped yet. Never mind. We're not able to buy that yet. So, like, it's not a perfect solution because, yeah, it's unimmersive, sure. Who cares? What are you getting fully immersed in every game you play? Were you stripping down to your underwear and being like, hold on, I must let the game envelop every pore in my skin? No, you aren't. You're starting it up and you're playing, man. That's all it is. You're like, how starved for discourse are we? And people are getting like 30 replies deep talking about, well, didn't you know that in Deep Rock Galactic they did this? Well, didn't you know that in Mario 64 they actually had to use yellow arrows on the ground to point you where to go? That proves that the yellow plus paint, well, you can't count Nintendo games because Nintendo games are made for kids. Well, you can't, guys, it's not that deep, okay? It's really, it was never this big of an issue. You're blowing everything way out of proportion just because you need some discourse and you couldn't mine from anywhere else. So you saw Final Fantasy had yellow paint and you were like, that's it. This is my time. You like put on the Mr. Incredible mask, looked at your screen and just went, showtime. Okay, combine these. Buy this. Bean Teacher is worth having. Vigilante Ring is so not worth having. This is insanely, well, it's somewhat worth having. It's somewhat enough that we're gonna get it. But it's not, you know, okay, we have Bat as our boss. This guy's gonna take out like a bat out of, well, I'll come up with a way to finish that later. Maybe even hell, I don't know. My mom doesn't let me say that word though. All I'm allowed is HE double hockey sticks. And once I learn how to spell, it's over for y'all because I'll know what that means. I just can't find the hockey stick button on my keyboard. So once I figure out what it's trying to spell, ooh, I'm praying on my come up, okay? So we are healing a fuck ton when we actually get consumables to drop. The only issue is it's not as common as you might think. Consumables in my Brotato, it's less common than you may think. It's not insanely uncommon, but it's uncommon enough that worry and fear are setting in, you know? Okay, we do kill the boss. I don't think we killed the last one. Yeah, we didn't. It was Mother. We were running for our life. That's right. We were terrified. Okay, yeah. Now the primal fear that I felt in the back of my head is starting to, you know, ooh. It's kind of like a lazy relic, but we'll take it for sure. Roll this. Just looking for max HP, probably. More HP from consumables, and then crit cap. More HP regen. Lock this in. Okay. We should now be feeling really nice. We're critting for 276 with our red ones. That should be enough to win. I say unsure of how much is actually enough to win. But yeah, oh, dude, another thing. Okay, so I know the Super Bowl just happened, which means there's more discourse to have about that than what I'm about to say. But I get so tired of being on the internet sometimes. And I know it's like, well, then just step away and detox. What am I supposed to do? Go outside and like enjoy nature? There's no nature around me, dude. I've got a Walmart on my left, a Kroger on my right, fucking Aldi down the street, a McDonald's, a golf course. What am I gonna do? There's no, I couldn't even find a bug if I wanted, man. It's so developed and urban sprawled that I'm lucky if I can fall and not scrape my knee on concrete, okay? If I fall and like get an infection from poison ivy or something like that, I'm a bless up for it being different. But there's so many people on the internet who are like, oh yeah, oh wait, no, we shouldn't take minus engineering. That was stupid of me. Sorry. I don't always think things through. It goes against a lot of my policies. Okay. But there's so many people on the internet that are like, I don't care about anything that the industry says. Don't people know that the best way to enjoy media is XYZ or something like that, right? And then those same motherfuckers, when the Grammys come around, nothing but people posting about, did you see what happened on the Grammys? Your whole timeline. No, I didn't, because I thought we as a society had agreed, oh, I'm so over all this celebrity gossip. It's consumed too much of our attention. And then the Grammys happen and they're like, Okay, but this celebrity gossip, this one's cool. It's not cool. It's the exact same shit, man. And I know it's like, wow, how base. He doesn't care about the ground. I'm not saying it to be base. I'm saying it to be like, can we keep a little bit of consistency with what we hate? Oh, celebrity gossip's so horrible. I hate the paparazzi. Then, you know, Grammys come around and it's like, Pog, I hope the paparazzi take more photos of everyone there. Oh boy, I need to know everything. No, you don't. You don't need to know everything. You don't even need to know anything, man. Okay. That's a pretty easy run, by the way. I just... Was that even Danger 5? Was I on the wrong difficulty? Sorry, it's just... It all blends together for me. I know, they really, like, the internet changes all of their opinions at the fucking drop of a hat, man. Ooh, no. Guys, it's not based to be paparazzi. We hate paparazzi. Boo, boo, down with paparazzi. They ruin celebrities' lives. Paparazzi about thing I like. Yes. Finally. Okay. Let's go. None of the characters left tickle my fancy in any special way. You know what I mean? I look at all of them and think to myself, what am I doing here? Let's go with Brawler and just punch the fuck out of things with the claw. Because the claw will be precise given... I know I've already technically won on Brawler, but I haven't won on Danger 5. And this gives me an excuse to play an easy character rather than the ones I don't like who are left. And you might say, well, Demon's really good. Demon is really good. However, there's a good chance you die in the first, like, 2 minutes, and then it's over for you, man. Throw you in the fucking brig. Okay. Roll me for a claw. I'm very happy to see it. And then roll me another claw. And this one. There we go. Now we're going somewhere. Also, I'm standing up taller than normal. I know. The rat's too large. The rat's too large. What are you looking at the bottom right of my screen, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Me. So I wanted to be large and in charge. Do you ever plan on making a Discord server? It would. So on one hand, right, it would be some work to manage it and make sure, you know, everything's going right in it. So there's no very questionable things. There could be a little bit of questionality in there, but on the other hand, right, the big upside to it is that I've always wanted, guys, this is a joke for legal reasons. The following that I'm about to say is a joke. I've always wanted to follow in the footsteps of my favorite Minecraft YouTubers and just groom somebody who's in. So I'd really love to speed run doing that. And a Discord server could be huge. No, I mean, I probably do plan on making one someday, right? But like, I feel as though there has to be a certain amount of attention and desire for it, especially because a lot of people, I think, make a Discord server too early. It's kind of sad sometimes when you join a streamer's Discord and there hasn't been a message in 2 months. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna break the silence now. It seems like we're all, you know, in agreement that like we're not gonna message, so I'm not gonna. I am here, but I do not. I am but a passenger on this voyage, you know. So I think there has to be a certain amount of je ne sais quoi. And you might say, whoa, I didn't know you spoke French. Don't worry, I learned that one from like Spy Kids or something, or some other Nickelodeon Disney kids show property. And I'm pretty sure it means I don't know. But the ironic part about it is I don't know if that's what it means. So. So once I figure that out, hold on. Let's not get hit by everything. Sorry, I just wanted to see if I could end on 1% HP. It's just a personal dream and goal of mine. Do I even need to? Oh, yes, I do. Okay, 15% dodge. Oh, I should be going dodge. Well, don't we get more dodge by doing this? Yeah. The more unarmed we have, the more dodge we have. Now, our range, we're still kind of in the shitter on. I'm not going to lie. Ah, what's a little speed down? What's the quote Omni-Man says when he beats the shit out of Mark? What's 17 more years? Was he 17? His ass couldn't have been 17. There's no way. Because there was like, it's got to be 18, right? Because then they can make sexy scenes without it being weird. I mean, I guess it's animated, so arguably they don't have to do the Game of Thrones where they had to wait for the actress to turn 18 and then they went, yes! Like the director's alarm went off and he was like, finally! Call her in tomorrow! We've been waiting on this one. This is the big scene. This is the climax. I'm sorry, I meant this is where I climax. Okay, more attack speed just so we can keep beating the shit out of anybody who crosses us. A little bit more HP up. Pretty sure it's 17. Yeah, well, I just want to know for legal reasons. When I watched season 1, I might have been a minor. I can't remember. It came out so long ago, and season 2 is now out, and people are like, dude, wasn't it so good? What, do you guys all have time on your hand? What, did you not have to sit through 1,000 episodes of One Piece like me? What the fuck? Did you guys not all start One Piece with me last year and then like had to watch all of it up until Egghead? I'm not at Egghead right now. I'm in the Battle of Onigashima, and if you don't know where that is, let me just say, I beg of you, if you ever go, is One Piece worth checking out? Just read it. Just read it. Do not. You can watch the cool fight scenes because there's some beautiful animation that's like an absolute marvel for TV, you know, weekly production. Please just read it. I assure you, your time is worth more than you think, okay? And you might say, no, I need something to put on. No, that's what I thought too, man. My ass lies awake at night with regret. Think about how much I could have done in that time. Yo, why is our health so low? Oh, okay, I just haven't been buying any health items. Never mind. All right. Yeah, I suppose looking in the mirror does sometimes help when it comes to reflecting on things in life, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I did play a lot of League of Legends today. And see, here's the thing, right? I'm enlightened now. I've just started playing Cassante. Because if you can't do, you know, if you can't beat him, join him. And brother, no one can beat Cassante. This guy has everything in his kit. He's a champion with maximum armor, HP, magic resist, damage, dashes, knockups, survivability, healing. They forgot that they weren't supposed to give one champ everything. They looked at their roadmap for the next 6 champions and they went, yeah, we can do that. There is a wild number of chapters out. I think that a One Piece that strictly followed the pacing of the manga, like, I mean, very strictly, episode equal chapter, all that kind of stuff. Or even sometimes an episode could equal 2 chapters because sometimes not that much be happening in a chapter. I'll say it. I'm not afraid. I'm a little afraid. I'm a smidge afraid. But it wouldn't have to be more than 250 episodes, you know? That's all it would have to be. And you might say that's still a lot of episodes. That is a lot of episodes. Do you know how many it's at right now? We are in 1,100. I'm talking about shaving off over 800 episodes. 800 is a lot of fucking time, man. That's a lot of time to save, dude. So, I'm not saying it's bad. It's very good when the show lets it be. When they go, do you want to watch Schmunky D. Luffy go, I'm not going to take this fight seriously, even though in the manga he did take it seriously, such that the manga didn't take 30 episodes to finish this. All right, here you go. He's just being silly. He's not being silly. You're wasting my time. Hold on, huh? Fuck, it doesn't say the age in there. Not that, sorry. I really make it sound as though there's only one thing I care about. Me going to the credits, age. It's kind of like, you know, when you're watching a movie with your friend and you were like, there's someone who comes on screen who's very attractive and you're thinking to yourself, do I say she's cute or she's bad? Because there's a big difference between these two and I'm debating heavily which one I gotta say. Looks it up, age 20. Yo, she bad. Age 16. Oh, she's cute. Yeah, I mean, she's pretty cute. I mean, we can have a whole, you know, the debate that happens every day on Twitter, so I don't need to get into any discourse about it. If you really want to get into a debate about that, just look up any character on Twitter whose age is like left ambiguous, and you will find 700 subtweets about, well, actually, well, if you'd look, actually, if you would read the subtext that the author left, actually, it's like, hey, buddy, we don't need to go this deep. Okay. Run has some legs to save on. Yeah, 320 hours, huh? Imagine how many RPGs I could have played in that time, dude. I could have played Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth on stream. Wait, are you saying you're not going to? No, I'm still going to. It's just no one's going to watch, and that's okay. I accept that. I'm cringe, and that's not based. I will never be based, and that's not cringe. Sorry, this is the ending of Wreck-It Ralph if nobody saw it. No, but like, I'm still going to play it on stream. It's just striking while the iron's cold. No one's going to want to watch my playthrough at this point because everybody's already seen somebody play it if they care. I don't really care though, because I like the Yakuza games and I'm gonna play that shit. Now, why didn't I initially? Persona 3 just kind of like, it scratched an itch in my brain. It let me act like I have friends, and I was like, there's no way they do that, dude. That's crazy. You gonna go on like trips with your group of friends, dude? And then in real life, my friends are like, hey, you want to go camping? And I'm like, I think I've got a cold sore that weekend. Don't think I can do it. Don't think I can do it. I would love to, but I think that weekend, ooh, that's probably the one that my aunt's dog is gonna die. So we're gonna put him down then. It's gonna be this whole thing, and I gotta be there for that. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you had an aunt. And it's like, ooh, yeah, I say my aunt, I meant like my cousin's aunt. But you know, we're all such a tight-knit, close family that if I'm not there, it's really not showing solidarity to everybody. So okay, we get that. More attack speed. We don't need trees to die in one hit. What's the point? Our dodge is unfortunately like our lifeblood. And why do I say unfortunately? Primarily because like, that's not good. You never want to be in a position where dodge is one of your strongest stats, because it's the most unreliable stat in the game. You know what I mean? It's saying, no, of course I'll be there for your birthday party. And then day of, they hit you with one of my excuses. It's asking me out somewhere. You ask me to play a game with you online, all of a sudden I have the freest schedule in the world. You say, hey, it's gonna take 1% of your effort. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie. I've waited about like how much I enjoy hanging out with this and like how much I feel like leaving my house. Unfortunately, the results came back negative. I will be staying in today. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, you know, be a downer on the whole group here, but unfortunately, the results are what they are. I can't leave today. I'm trying to be cozy and sleep in. See, I think I've said this before, right? People who don't work full-time jobs, which is a lot of my friends, and you might be like, oh, they're probably in college and stuff. Sure, we'll go with, yeah, well, yeah, they are, sure. They always think that you'll also have all the time in the world free. I do not. I don't. When you're asking me out on my weekend, you have to realize how much of a struggle this is for me. I don't know what to do. You are taking away like half of my free time. So if I say yes, we have a bond that you can't even imagine, right? Like, you and me are going to get buried next to each other, okay? Because I didn't have much time. And I'm giving it up to play Warhammer tabletop with you, man. So fucking let's get a little appreciation going. What about for the one YouTube rewind, the last one they did? Hey, shout out single moms, you know what I mean? Shout out me. Shout out Salted Slices showing up, okay? Doing the bare minimum for a friend. What can I say? I'm a true martyr of my time. People would look back on me and be like, I can't believe how much he sacrificed. I know. Be careful, he's a hero. Yeah. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Our run sucks ass. Anyone else noticing that, or is it just me who thinks that our run kind of sucks ass? Like, that was a horde wave, so obviously there were going to be more enemies, but even when I consider that was more enemies, I didn't feel great about the positioning I was in. Okay, that's more there. I can't afford much. Yeah, -2 more harvesting. Honestly, like, negative and positive are two sides of the same coin. One is the absolute value of the other. One is the sigma, the other is the beta. And don't let yourself be the beta, you know what I mean? This is Salted Sigma's online course. Course? What is it, a fucking cloaca? Am I a bird? Okay, online course. If you guys want to be a Sigma, first of all, make sure no one's ever mogging you, dude. Step 1, mew all the time. Step 2, hey, does anyone remember what it's called when you stretch your dick to see if that thing like retains its shape? Oh, it's called jelking. Step 2, start jelking every day. Yeah, if you don't know that's a thing, I'm sorry to ruin your worldview. That is a very popular thing people are doing right now. And this isn't even like the Tide Pod thing, right? Where boomers say every kid is doing it, and then you look up how many people have actually ate a Tide Pod, and it was like 3. And they were like, literally everybody from Gen Z is eating Tide Pod. Literally, you can't walk on the street without getting coughed on, like someone coughs up detergent on you. You leave every street, and all of a sudden your clothes are cleaner because of all these Tide Pod coughers. It's not like that. It's genuinely, there's a lot of people out there joking they shit. Now, does it work? I know that that's probably the question on everybody's mind. I'm going to wager that it does not, but I am no expert, as experimentation is kind of the only way that you can guarantee whether something works or not. Getting a hypothesis and testing it and getting data points. I haven't been testing it, but only because I saw one TikTok that said it only works if you're uncut. Salted Slice's lore time. It wouldn't work for me. No, this has nothing. By the way, they meant like if you never went through an emo phase and never cut. So like, I do sometimes wonder if that's where most of the power is stored. You know what I mean? Like, I could create my own Sigma male course, and step 1 would be like, if you're cut, you're stuck to be a beta. And I just want to see if I can spread that misinformation and get like the star belly sneeches from Dr. Seuss, but it's cut versus uncut. Everybody keeps swapping back and forth between which one's the coolest one to have, inciting some real kind of like class warfare between which one you are. Okay, I would love 6 more melee damage. I think we need the max HP, unfortunately. Combine these by, I don't have the kind of money to afford buying that. Get this. I think we're doing good. I think that we're finally on the uptick, man. What if I started at 1 HP? What would they do? Kill me? Hey, this is a boss wave. Wow, that was stupid of me. All right, see you guys in hell. Please. Please, dear God. I have been such a good boy. No, he spawned. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We're chilling. We are so chilling. Holy shit, man. Put me in the refrigerator the way I'm cooling right now. Okay, we're all good. He mutated instantly because it was halfway through the wave. Hate that for me. Really kind of in, I mean, honestly, if you told me this is what hell looks like, I would believe you, aside from the fact that its graphics are a little bit off. Okay, hold on. Micro dodge. If you don't know what that one is, okay, not that. That was macro eating shots. That was kind of the difference between those two. Damn, I am cursed to not play well on Brawler, huh? I don't think I've won a single time on him. But you know what? The thing is, it's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. I don't remember the rest of the song. I'm sorry. For all of my, I don't remember who the artist was either. I'm really fucking dropping the ball on that one. Okay, okay. Who's easy that I have left? Well, no one really, because if they were easy, don't you think that I would have beat them? Or beat the game with them? We do have Pacifist. And you might say Pacifist is hard. That might be true. I'm going to believe that Pacifist is easy and I'm an idiot, right? I'm just going to stay alive. Just gonna stay on the other side of the map. Now, the difference between what makes Pacifist a 1 run and a lost run is about to happen. It is all within the first shop. Do we get more hands? We need speed. We do get another hand. Bag, I think, sucks ass. Bag, I wish that I had. Sorry, let me clarify. Bag is one of the most broken items in the game. I think it sucks ass on Pacifist. Before I get, you know, the 30,000 page twit longer titled My Response to Salted Slices, and then it's just during a recent stream. Son of a bitch. I was gonna say, because what are the odds we actually get any crates from our limited? If this one's also a crate, okay, thank God. Apparently the odds were 100% because I thought that it wouldn't happen. That's just not worth having. Crit chance doesn't matter, damage doesn't matter, range doesn't matter. Harvesting I'm actually down to take, and then more max HP. Now we don't have any HP regen, so taking Weird Ghost, you might say that was a very questionable choice, Salted Slices. I'd wager it was more than questionable. It was an actively stupid choice. But we are now regenning HP. Look at this. I'd like to see these fuckers try to take me down, man. I'm all bent right now. They can't stop me. They can't touch me. Help. Help me. All right. Put myself in a corner there. This is not a good spot to be in. Now I need to get this. Good shit. All right. Now I live no matter what. They don't have enough damage to kill me in time. Okay. Okay. It would have been worth my time to get bag, especially when you consider minusing luck hurts, but plus HP regen doesn't hurt. So it's kind of a little bit of a, you know, double-edged sword, a double entendre sword, if you will. Okay, everything is now up for this. I don't think we want to minus this. I will get lemonade, even though we're not really getting many fruits to spawn. I think that is probably worth our time, probably worth our while, worth our weight in gold, as it were. I have been thinking of more shorts to post, right? But part of me doesn't know if, I mean, this is obviously like big boy behind the scenes talk, okay? So freaking get in on ground one, guys. This is Salted Slices tells you how to grow a channel, right? Shorts are fun for discoverability and stuff. I feel like most people who see a short would not follow through to a channel after it. However, I do like posting shorts because people go, wow, this was funny and I enjoyed it. And even if they don't follow through, I'm happy that someone looked at the short I made and went, haha, that was funny, I enjoyed it. That's enough for me. You know what I mean? I see that and I'm like, yes, another victory for mankind. Okay. I say as though I represent all the man. Actually, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take on that burden. I've also been seeing more of Better Call Saul, and I know what you're saying. Holy shit, he's finally watching it. Nah, like my TikTok algorithm has been showing me more clips of it, and every time I go, damn. Some people should like really sing the praises of this show, because I feel like this one might be a good one. I don't know if it. Has anybody ever said that Bob Odenkirk might be a good actor and also that Better Call Saul might be a good show? I don't want to, you know, be the first person to go out and claim it after seeing about 30 10-second clips. But one thing I will give it, I'm thoroughly entertained watching Better Call Saul in 30-second clips format with Subway Surfers gameplay underneath it. I'm not thoroughly entertained by the bear when it does that. And that's not an indictment of the bear as a show. It's just making an observation that betwixt the two of them, I would rather watch Better Call Saul in 10-second clip format than the bear. And I think that that's really, you know, the true, I think Scorsese would agree with me that cinema is designed to be watched as sludge content with nothing but Subway Surfers and other mobile game gameplay going on underneath it, you know? I do keep getting these weird ass ads, right? Like, how desperate of a person does my TikTok algorithm think I am? It's really sad. And I wonder if it means I need to look in a mirror and reflect internally on what I've done, you know? Linkin Park. I face myself. Anyways. But they keep giving me these ads that are like, which one of these two would be your waifu? And then it's like two very scantily clad anime women. I like neither. Like, what do you want me to say here, man? You're scaring me with what you show me, TikTok. I don't know. I just want to be happy. If I pick one of them, will they smile and have a good day? Because then I will pick that one. All I want is them to, you know, just have a joyous look on their face. I will say, if we get pacifist mother fight, I think we're actually not in a bad spot. I was gonna say we're fucked. Then I thought about it. We'll never get her to activate the phase where she starts spawning infinitely. at least we shouldn't. There's a chance that we still get it. Because I don't know how the 50% HP swap over period and all that kind of stuff works. But like, I'm gonna bank on the idea that it doesn't happen, because if it does, brother, we're fucked. it's just over for us. They're gonna put us out back, you know, shoot us. It's not gonna be good. Okay, all right, hold on. Sorry, here I was, a motherfucker, thinking I'd get the chance to see what it would be like if we got mother. Okay, we're good. Whew. Damn, that was close. I've realized I swear a lot. This is something that in the future we will be working towards fixing and addressing in the next update of Salted Slices. Nah, I've tried to like monitor how I talk and swear on stream. I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of built in back there, you know what I mean? It's a factory default. I don't know how to change it, and you might say that's not good. I'd say that actually what I'm doing is heroic and destigmatizing, finally taking down that gross stigma around swearing in society. Me, I'm the warrior we need, okay? When an Australian person says, you know, a certain C word, nobody bats an eye. I say it in a derogatory manner to make fun of somebody, and society loses. It's so fucked up how we got here. We made a wrong turn somewhere, and I'm not talking about the damn cannibals in this horror franchise. Okay, I'm just kind of walking circles. I don't think it's actually efficiently training. It just works. And you know what? That's all I need. -2 max HP, +1 armor. Our HP is not good enough for that. +2 armor, we will definitely take. Another hand. Combine these, buy this one. As long as we keep getting this kind of stuff up, we should be good. Another hand. Okay, fuck, another one. Let's combine these. Yeah, it gets to +18 harvesting. Our HP regen, I don't trust enough to take that one yet. One more roll. All right, well, look, you win some, you lose some, and that's kind of the beautiful thing about gambling. If we won every time, you know, you'd be my one friend who's been sport betting. But all he did was just bet on Travis Kelce every time. He was like, look, they're not going to let Travis Kelce lose. They wouldn't make Taylor Swift sad. And I'm not going to be like, it's a deep state conspiracy. You know what I mean? But like, it is very funny that it worked out for him thusly. Obviously, as someone who didn't really watch the Super Bowl or pay too much attention to it, I don't have any genuine deep thoughts on like, did you see the play at 30 minutes in? I don't know. I'm just saying it's a little bit suspicious, guys. I'm just saying it's a smidge strange, if you ask me. Nah, because I don't have any takes like that because I didn't watch it. I will say it's very funny that my one friend just kept getting money by going, I'm just gonna bet on Travis Kelce over and over. I think he ended up like 20K-ish, which is insanity. All right, all of those didn't matter. More speed, more HP. None of those. Speed and lifesteal minus luck. I don't like minusing my luck like this. However, the speed is really nice. The lifesteal, it doesn't precisely matter. But the speed was nice. It was a good speed upgrade, all things considered. Now give me a luck-based item so that I don't have to feel as though all I'm doing is using luck as a dump stat, which is not what you should be doing on this character, seeing as luck is one of the only things they can actually scale with well. All they're good at is getting lucky, much like Daft Punk circa 2000... What was it? 2000... I don't know, I'll say 2011. Or maybe I'm just thinking, no, it had to be way before 2011. It had to be like 2008. And the only reason I'm thinking of it is because they did like a Tobuscus parody of Get Lucky. And that was, they did that parody when Tobuscus was still seen in a positive light. And you could say, did you know that like the Tobuscus thing was, it's been debunked later in life? It doesn't really like, to me at this point, it doesn't matter because what am I going to go back and watch him now? You just kind of, it's like, you know, if Peppa Pig got canceled and everyone was like, Peppa Pig was actually a crucial key figure in the assassination of Queen Elizabeth. Obviously, she wasn't assassinated, as far as the public knows. And so people were like, hey, we hate Peppa Pig. And then later it came out that those allegations were false. I wouldn't be like, well, now I got to go back and watch Peppa Pig. I'm done with the Peppa Pig stage of my life. In fact, I never had one. It was a kid's show that came out post my existence. So, well, post my existence as a child. So I had no reason to go back and be like, let's see what this is all about. What am I really missing here? I know that some people would say, well, it's still very good animation, you should go watch it. Those people are the kinds that I would see on my timeline and go, all right, that's, you know, luckily the block button was, okay, hey, look, it's Mother on Wave 11. Who predicted this comedy joke? Wowee, isn't that funny for little old me? Little old pacifist running away from God. I'm just trying not to kill people, and the Lord was like, you ready to get your fucking strongest task yet? Because the mummies are also speeding up, which isn't good. Luckily, I do have more knockback now. Okay, this sure is a lot of enemies. Whatever, it's fine, it's fine. We're doing good. I see the light at the end of the tunnel somewhere. My eyes are closed and I'm running, okay? We'll make it, we'll make it. We gotta. Someone has to. Okay, son of a bitch. Nah, I don't think we are gonna make it. It's only 10 seconds. It's only 10 seconds and we have all of our HP left plus our HP regen. How could I fail this one? You know what I mean? If I fail this one, may I get struck by a flying ice cream truck and live. Did you see? I know that there's a lot of Super Bowl banter for somebody who didn't watch it. I'm well aware. But it's what everybody's talking about, whether you watch it or not. It's like culturally a little bit significant, some might say. Did you see the plus 10 engineering? We can't get engineering yet. Minus 100 engineering. 20% EXP gain. It's just like a steep price for 20% EXP. It's just not worth it at all, I think. Plus 4 speed, minus 6 range. Our range is in the negative now. I don't care. Our range is even further in the negative now because somebody decided to double down. We could get plus 32% damage just to be funny. See if we can get our damage to positive. If it shows up a second time, I'll take that as a sign of the game being like, no, but you know it would be a really good comedy joke. Okay, I fucked that up. I put myself in a bad position. But yeah, there was a Nickelodeon Super Bowl casting, which was really funny. And I do think that there's a good chance I'd watch it if they did that shit again. Some people were like, don't get your hopes up because it only happens when blah, 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 blah. Look, I don't care if it happens. If this is Halley's Comet that we witnessed, I'm going to be there for the next one. I will specifically survive long enough to make sure I can see Nickelodeon cast the Super Bowl one more time. Then I can die happy, you know? It was now continuity error. Funny continuity error for all my SpongeBob heads out there. For some reason, Sandy was wearing her underwater suit while casting. Well, that doesn't make much sense. She was on land. Everybody, isn't that one of the most funny observations I've ever made? I know. I think it was hilarious as well. That's why I had to point it out. So simply, they didn't care about what was happening. I did actually. Somebody did have a genuine take that was close to that. They were like, does nobody care? Why is she wearing the suit on land? Brother, you are watching the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon. Like, let's get our priorities a little bit more in check before we're like, how could they? How, with all the time I've spent studying marine biology, I can tell you 100% for a fact a squirrel can breathe air. All right. I'm not a marine bio major for nothing. All right. They call me Steven Hillenburg Jr. sometimes. Just without any of, you know, the famous IP, the charisma, anything like that. When you strip away all of the accomplishments that Steven Hillenburg had throughout his life, I'm basically him. When we get down to the brass tacks of it, that's exactly who I am, man. So, how am I pacifisting, by the way? Honestly, it's going fine. We could use more HP. How's our armor? Armor's at 14. Could use more HP regen, just because why not? You know, then I don't even have to worry anymore. I could just run through all of the enemies. I was tempted to do it right there to see if we'd live, I decided not to because part of my brain told me that I don't live. I don't want my speed value cap. I don't want a minus HP regen. I'm down to take even more of these. I'm down to take alien magic. It's a bit of a weird take. And I mean, a tractor's still gotta pay for itself. That's so much harvesting. What? Why was I trying to kill him, man? He spawned in and I was like, I've got hands for a reason. God gave them to me to throw. And by God, I will be tossing these hands jovially. Wow, that's a big word. Was that your word of the day calendar? It was. I should get a word of the day calendar though. Like, I know that that's old person tech that we don't support anymore, but like, because you know, you do anything that's slightly boomerish, it's over for you online. Your ass is officially now balding, old. You know, you hate the new generation. You couldn't even skib if a toilet taught you how, you know what I mean? So like, we got to be really careful out here, but mainly just because it would be funny for a bit to be like, hold on, let me just pull out the word empirical really quickly. Hold on, let me figure out what bit I can force empirical into. Anybody else getting tired of Flip's page looks for what Twitter was mad about today? All right, I'm really on the pulse of society right now. Recycle these. More dodge because we're not capped. 1, 2. Just it's expensive for 3 HP, yet at the same time, what else am I doing? This one is Schmoop is so rarely worth it, and even there, I think there's a big debate to be had if it was worth the money. I just kind of wanted to look like a peppermint for a second to remind me of the one early Jack Stauber song. Which one? Peppermint. It was Peppermint. Not exactly a song so much as it was like a little short, but let's not, if we're gonna get, you know, semantic about Jack Stauber, we're gonna be here for the next 3 hours, okay? You better buckle in because I'm ready. At any moment, I'm ready to go off on all things Jack Stauber and drop as much lore as I can, you know what I mean? Okay, hold on. This one is scary because normally this boss, pushover, weenie hut general tier boss, you know what I mean? When you are pacifist, and also when you walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. But when you're pacifist, it's extra scary because it just spawns a lot of very big enemies. And those big enemies, you can't deal with. Because the idea is, oh, just stop him before he spawns all of them. I can't do that. I never learned how. Minus 4% dodge, I'm down to do for just that raw amount of stats, you know? It's just so much. Minus 1 armor for 16 harvesting, I think that's not worth it. More trees, that's more money, that's more snowballing, that's, I mean, it's insane. It's for, well, that's unlucky. We can't do anything with it. Dodge and harvesting. We should have been taking bees this entire time. Dodge and speed. I think I'm down for that one. And then another tractor. We should, that'll bring us to cap. Once we're able to stop the cap, I think that we're in the green. You know what I mean? Put that one on. Get the one Picasso bot that every Twitter Blue user verifies, who's verified, tags and goes, yeah, now this is really making the tweet funny now that I've got a screenshot of it. I saw somebody the other day. I can't remember what it was. It was one of the most obviously fake satirical posts of all time. And there was a blue check that went, is this real? And I was like, dude, you're old enough to pay $8 for Twitter. How are you not old enough to have any form of media literacy or like use your brain to decipher what's real and what's not, man? It's actually like going on the Onion, you know what I mean? Sending the Onion to your one uncle who you know will believe it. And the article is just something like, it's tragic. Schools failing teens now. Leave unsure of what's the name of the one? Unsure of how to use an abacus. And your uncle will just be like, oh, they don't teach them anything anymore. You're telling me that I had to take a whole class on how to use an abacus. And you're just telling me they'd let them forget? Countries in the shit. Okay, we've got this guy. I should have been getting Ugly Tooth if it ever popped up. Did I ever buy one? No, of course not. That would have been a smart purchase. And that would have sucked. Especially because, like, if we can't kill anything, we might as well just make it slower. Granted, with our current speed percent, it's pretty hard for stuff to catch up to us, and then we have a ton of knockback. So I don't exactly feel unsafe. It just would be nice for bosses to run away, you know? Okay, okay. What band was it that had that one song Runaway? Or that one album Runaway? Fuck, was it Half Alive? It's someone who's on my playlist, so I should know them. I know it wasn't the Happy Fits. That one's pretty obvious. Because, like, doesn't fit their modus operandi in many ways. Yeah, I know. Drop the playlist, dude. Nothing but absolute bang. I know. Look, hey, what can I say? I really spend way too long procuring it, okay? I'll have to listen to a song like 20 times before it even gets considered to be added to the starting lineup, you know? Yeah, you might be one of the best songs I've ever heard. You're not the best. So I'm gonna have to backline you for now. And then maybe in a year we can talk about re-adding. Then it'll show up again on my For You playlist, and I'm like, you know what? What if? Hear me out on this one. Now, if we could get that one hoodie that gives us attack speed for how much dodge we have, you could say that it would be pointless because it's just attack speed. I would say pointless, yes. Hilarious, also yes. I don't know how to segue into this. I don't know why I thought of it at all. Yo, dude, one time I went to the first Starbucks. Just thought I'd let you know. It's in Washington, the state, not DC. I know it can get confusing. Why do we have two Washingtons, and why did we have them on exact opposite sides? We ran out of names, okay? We weren't gonna call it Jefferson. Didn't he do enough? So we were like, shit, man, what's this state will be it could be like Little Washington, man. But yeah, specifically in Seattle. Why did I think of it? I really don't know. I just kind of had a thought of it. And how was it? Did you get the... I'm not a big coffee guy, so I just got a hot chocolate. I went to the... Yeah, I did go to the first Starbucks and just get a hot chocolate. But was it good? I mean, like, do you want me to be honest? Because I don't think you'd like the honest answer. It was okay. It's like I wasn't blown away. It was just like a hot chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, what were they gonna do? They couldn't sauce it up in a new way. The ingredients, the recipe to create it is the name of the drink. It's chocolate, but it's hot, you know? So like, yeah, it was good. It's a little expensive for what it was, but that's fine. Also, those fuckers, I hate cafe culture sometimes. Because we walked in and I was like, dude, I just want to get my drink and like I can be on my way. But I have to wait through like 30,000 people who are like, can I sit over there? Oh, are you about to leave? Are you about to leave? Because I would love to take the table. I would love to take the table. I'm not even like at a table. I'm standing near one and they're like, is this your table? It's like, no. Would you think I'd be standing next to it if I owned it? If this was my place to do my work, do you think I'd just be standing here like some fucking weirdo? Dude, there's no room in here. Apparently it's all everyone has to do on like a Sunday afternoon is sit around and drink coffee. Whatever happened to like, well, I mean, I guess the people working there had to work, but but yeah, no, so I mean, for me personally, I would say it was not an optimal experience, but that's okay. Luck in harvesting just doesn't even remotely pay for itself. Another hand does nothing. Cake I probably could have taken. Let's be honest, it doesn't matter too much. Dude, they're giving me nothing. Yeah, all of these suck ass, man. Just not even remotely good. One more roll. All right, I guess we'll take this. And a plank. Ed, Eddie, my beloved. Dude, I didn't realize that one sound, and if you don't know which one I'm talking about, almost every like anime channel or anything like it uses it as like a fighting sound effect. That sumo sound effect, or look up sumo sound effect from Ed, and Eddie once you're done watching the stream and once you've had a great time hanging out with your host Salted Slices. Look that up and you will find out that that is actually just a sound effect from Ed, and Eddie. That blew my mind. It's like, yeah, because you probably watched a ton of Ed, and Eddie as a kid. It's not lie. I did not watch a ton of Ed, and Eddie as a kid. The animation style scared me. which I know is funny for somebody who ended up, you know, loving the Binding of Isaac. And like, look at Brotato. It's not exactly, I know obviously it's not one for one, but it is a very unique style where that could definitely put some people off, in the same way that Ed and Eddie had its own unique sense of style. But like, look, man, I was a stupid kid. Okay, I watched Rugrats and had nightmares. So the Class Geek Chupo wheelhouse was obviously, you know, not something for me. I'm not saying Ed and Eddie was Class Geek Chupo. I don't think it was. I don't remember. It was also kind of, you know, like, well, I don't know, when did they stop making new Ed and Eddie episodes? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to die. I'm going to die, and I will be in hell. Yep. Hold on. No, I'm not. 3, 2, 1. We live those. It's just an easy pacifist run. You remember when they used to make fucking games hard? Nowadays, everyone's just a little pansy. It just hands out fucking participation trophies for everybody who queues up. You know what I'm saying? So true. So true. Finally, someone says what we've all been thinking. Okay. Who to play now? I think I will move my rat down a little bit. Sorry if I was covering too much. Sorry if you saw too much rat and your mom was like, get that off the screen. That's a disgusting rodent. Don't you know he bears the plague? That was actually exactly what would happen if you watched me during the bubonic plague era. They'd be like, get him away, get him away. Now, if you do that, they just do that because I don't shower. So it's still, you know, there's basis for it for sure. Streamer, maybe. I don't know. I never really consider myself a streamer. Nah, I mean, we start with an SMG, and we just gotta get the ball rolling on this character. You're very much an object in motion on this character, but the issue is you are the unstoppable object. However, someone's got to give you a little push to start. So right now, what we're doing is trying to get the push start. Okay. We definitely take more trees, another SMG, and even more trees. Now, I know that's most of our money gone, but if we can get that money from trees, now we're going somewhere. We get bag, we get, I will come up with more. I will survive. Okay. Break that tree open. It's kind of shit. That's fine. Another tree, another tree. Okay. Not looking great for us getting the ball rolling. We definitely would have liked to get up to 2 there. +1 range damage. It's good, but it doesn't do anything. And you might say that those two statements contradict each other. I'd say, damn, someone's the captain of the debate club. Yeah, I mean, I guess they do. But what you have to realize is I have plans. And those plans involve getting to 2 damage. Or sorry, 2 materials every second when I'm standing still. So part 1 has been acquired. Now it's just about snowballing more from here. Please. Oh, I could have gotten that. Millions of dollars directly deposited to my bank account. Okay, 5% attack speed. Doesn't really do much. I hate how expensive this is, but we need another gun. So hopefully we can get back to 2 very quickly. 2 should be right around the 70 breakpoint. Yes, we are now at 2. Okay, okay. Hold on. There's still a chance. Because now we're at, after we kill this, 3 maybe? Oh, fuck. No. Still only 2. Okay, I hate that for me, but, you know. If I was winning too much, then everyone would say it was just a scripted game, you know what I mean? Oh, of course he won. Of course he won. It was scripted from the start. It's not scripted from the start, okay? I'm fighting to get this view. I had to grind to get this view. We will actually take the minus speed because speed is a stat that doesn't matter too much on this character. I think. Buy, lock in, and go. Now we have 3 weapons. Should be consistent DPS. This one, the banter dies a little bit. I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit of a, you know, when's he going to talk about fallopian tubes? We'll get there later. Right now, I've got to get the ball rolling before we feel safe or secure on this character. And once we're safe and secure, then, you know, we can talk about whatever we want, right? Like, doesn't anybody else hate it when your gynecologist licks his lips before going in there? And it's like, what is he talking about? Isn't he a guy? Yeah, I just be saying shit. Yeah, you know how it is. Sometimes I just be like spewing whatever words come to mind. I know it's potato game time. That's crazy. Okay. This could be huge. It is minor. That's fine. Plus 1 more range damage, and then buy this. Our run is strong, but not broken. Now, this should only be chargers. I love Left 4 Dead 2, man. I love Left 4 Dead 2. Yeah, but with just chargers, we should be good to do more stand still. The more we stand still, the more money gets deposited into our bank account. The more money gets deposited into our bank account, well, then we're fucking cooking. Potentially. Maybe even with gas. Speaking of, anybody want to know updates on the gas leak chronicles? Cool. So here it is. I called my gas company. They came out, they looked at it, they said this shit's a gas leak. We're just gonna turn off your heat for now, and then your apartment can take care of it. Now, what that shit is so sick of you, I would love to not be smelling gas every moment that I'm alive. So they turned it off, and I was thriving. I was surviving. Then I called, you know, my maintenance people, and I was like, hey, can you guys come over here and check this out? Just like a gas leak. I might be dying or something like that. And they were like, yeah, don't worry, we got you. Of course we won't let you die, valued customer. And then what happened is the people came out and they were like, no, we don't smell any gas. I'm like, yeah, no, they turned off the gas, so you just got to turn it back on and you would notice that it's leaking. And they're like, I don't trust that. It's probably fine. So anyways, I'm just never gonna turn on my heat, because if I do, potentially I'm endangering my own life for no reason, and I at least like to have some reason for it. My potato has been known to be a bro sometimes. However, I try to refrain from talking about that aspect too much, because I think that privacy is important in this day and age. And you know, in these holy shit, they almost killed my ass. They almost jumped me. Jesus, man. I walked out the bar a little buzzed, and they were like, that's it, our target. Okay. Get a little money. Whew. Our money is up. Our funny is down. Take this. Take that. Roll for range damage. Even lifesteal is huge. Removing enemy speed, and then sharp bullet me. They actually listened. Okay, now I've thrown away most of my money doing that, which means I do have to get the ball rolling from step 1 again. That's fine. But yeah, I do think that the game's topic of being Brotato does lend itself, unfortunately, too well to the 2012 like lol potato humor. And it's just like, I wished as a society we could move past it, but it's like a plague on it, you know, a dark spot in our past that no matter what we do, it does exist. And unfortunately, we must recognize and someday even move on from it, hopefully. Okay. Give me more money. me when I'm finally monetized on YouTube. Guys, where are the super chats? I told you yesterday I'm trying to get a new private jet. It's like you people don't even listen. Okay. I should be buying structures. I forgot about that. That's a whole other part of this character that I have been ignoring. And you might say, why would you want structures? Each structure does give this character permanent armor, which matters because armor means I take less damage. And that's kind of huge. Okay. Yeah, feeling, I don't say good. I caution to say good. Who was that one streamer who everyone was clowning on for being like, it's only $5? Like, is she still streaming? Or, because if she is, that's wild. Like, what a PR move to pull and then just keep streaming. What a PR move to be like, guys, don't you realize you are my personal wallets? You know what? Actually, never mind. I take it back. I forgot that there are people out there who like do Findom and all they say is like, hey, if you pay me money, I will ignore you. And then people are like, fuck yeah. Take more, queen. Hell yeah. We've been, long have we waited for this moment. Okay. I'm down to minus my crit chance more, and then I'm down to up my crit chance. You might say that that was an erroneous action. Well, how was I supposed to know the order of which things would happen there? This feels like a purple level. It is. Give me armor or give me death in many ways. We will take a book on engineering, because as our engineering goes up, so does, or sorry, as our engineering goes up, it's more incentivized for us to buy structures. The more structures we, holy shit, we do look like a streamer, man. But we look like we would be a streamer in the 1950s. Good day. Today I'm going to show you how to extort the tax market. You know what I mean? I wish that the 1930s accent was like still around. I understand that language evolves and changes with time, and sometimes that's even for the better, because you ever listen to an old-timey British accent? If you haven't, look up like an original performance of a Shakespeare play and you'll be like, holy shit, this is the worst. Wait, I hate what I'm listening to right now. This sucks. And you'd be correct and justified in thinking that. Don't worry, we're all with you. It's just people are afraid to say it, you know? We have to say it louder for the people in the back. Also, I do think that hell hath no fury, like an Olive Garden worker on Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? They've got to be so pissed by the end of their shift. And honestly, I'm completely agreeing with everything that they feel. I think that it'd be a very justified feeling to have. It's just, I mean, we'll plus the speed again. Our crit chance kind of sucks, but if we just keep ignoring it, it's never going to get better, so we might as well buy that. Triangle of Power is a horrible idea. Like, just genuinely atrociously bad. Okay. We shouldn't be able to die to him, but we don't really hurt him too bad. Well, we kind of do, actually. And then he does this attack, which this pattern, you just kind of stay it. I say while staying out. Yeah, well, if I was consistent with my viewpoints, do you think I'd be on the internet? It's kind of like what we do is purposefully be inconsistent, okay? All right. Whew. I'm feeling strong. There's a big question mark on that one, because it's not outwardly strong, right? I feel like I have inner strength, which is strength that's very hard to see. If you were to offer me like cheesecake right now, I'd probably take it, but I would think about not taking it for a while, which is kind of the inner strength that I'm on right now. And why would I take it? Well, because I probably picked one of my favorite desserts. Like, I chose my own weakness on that one for sure. -1 armor, -5% speed, but +6 range damage. Yeah, we'll take that. Our armor is looking rough though. We do not, if we cap our HP, it's so over for us. Okay, lock this in. Our money is brutal right now. Our only source of income is using streamer's passive that I haven't been using well, which is, in other words, a very bad spot to be in. It means purposefully I'm weak. Hold on, I need to alt tab check something real quick. I just heard a little notification. Luckily, I made it so you guys don't have to hear that notification. He's benevolent. He's a benevolent god. Hey, what can I say? Hi. There's a trend going around recently, and I think that it should be, we should start shaming creators for using it, which is, they go, I need a sound to use as a notification in my video, to be like a little pop-up and it makes a noise. And they go, oh, I know, I'll use the Discord sound, because everyone knows that. I think that if you, as a video editor, think that that is a good idea, you need to sit down and like have a long look in your mirror and think to yourself, why do I think that that is a good idea? That is, if anything, people will hear that, pause that part of the video, or alt tab from that part of the video, because they're like, oh shit, who messaged me? You know? I mean, there's probably some psychos out there who have gone completely deaf to the Discord noise because they don't mute servers they're in, so every time they get added, they're like, you know, they actually have to see it on every single server they're a part of. Those people are terrifying. You don't want to be involved with them, especially because you won't be able to be involved with them. Every time you message them, you're not going to see your message anyways. With that said, I'm pretty bad about ghosting people on accident. Like, I'll see something, I ghost with zero malintent behind it, right? I'll see something, go, oh shit, I gotta respond to that, but right now I'm doing something. And then it just completely exits my consciousness that I was ever messaged. And it'll be like a day later, I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, no thanks. And they're like, well, yeah, obviously you didn't respond. I'm like, yeah, but felt more rude to not respond, you know? I felt like I still owed you some kind of explanation or like answer to your question, even though it's completely late and delayed. It's just better than, you know, never saying anything and leaving our friendship in this constant paradoxical state of, does he hate me or is he an idiot? The answer is I'm an idiot, but like, you don't need to know that. Okay. We're popping off right now in terms of everything other than our money gain. Which is, ooh, we should buy him. Because now we have extra armor from him existing. And he should deal decent damage. 10 piercing lightning projectiles, 12 damage. Okay, it's not good. It's actually not good at all. I don't know what I was thinking. 12 damage. I was like, finally, we're on to something, and it was 12 damage. I mean, if he completely bores someone, hits every single part. It is... Sorry, I played Borderlands 2. Can you tell when I said bores instead of, like, hits all of his projectiles? My fault. It will be a lot of damage. So that's definitely worth something. Does his projectile pierce? I hope so. Yeah, we could definitely use the lazy relic or more of the crocodile that cause money to fly towards you. The more money we get, the faster we start to snowball in the round. The faster we start to snowball in the round, the more I get to spend after the fact. Basically, getting money equals earning money. It's every online self-help guru who's like, here's how you make $1 million. Start with $2 million and invest it. And even if you make stupid investment choices, you could still end up with a clean million in the bank. Only down $1 million. Follow for more tips. Okay. Big money. Ooh, I probably should have actually spent more thinking about the fact that it was a boss wave. If you don't know, I believe our damage goes down as we have excess money that we sit on. Well, not enough. Honestly, they'll have to drop the money way harder than this. Or sorry, drop the damage way harder than this, because our damage still feels not phenomenal, but definitely nominal. The fee is debatable, but the nomination is 100% there. We might not be winning best artist, but we're definitely up there getting nominated for it, you know? Okay, yoink this just for more money so that when I stand still, I'm starting to get 9. Come on, get me up to 10. Let's go. We don't care about the number of shots we're eating because we out-heal them. But I do have to watch on the off chance that there's more shots than I can handle. Our speed is insanely slow, but maybe we use this to our advantage and buy the one Xe couch, or it pops up right here. Speed is just such a dump stat for us right now because the more money we have, the slower we go, and I'm not trying to change that, you know? Okay, an additional pierce is huge. That's massive. Once we get Bloody Hand, I think we are unkillable. Especially because then lifesteal equal damage. Which means our damage is going to shoot up too. Look at this sad little onion over there. Sorry, he was more of a barnacle than anything else. I hate that barnacles are alive. It just genuinely grosses me out to my core. I don't understand why we as a society decided it was okay for barnacles to be living. We gotta change that, okay? Seeing 1 billion of them on the bottom of a boat and having to remember that each of those is alive. Now, I was gonna say has its own thoughts. I don't think they're that far along. But still, knowing each one's alive feels like insane knowledge that I shouldn't have been cursed with. Because once you learn something, it's insanely hard to unlearn it. Just like if you look, if you know the fact about barnacles and their dicks, you know the fact. I'm not gonna go spreading it as much as they'd love for me to spread them. I don't even know how they do it though. Like, that's what confuses me. It's a little creature on the bottom of a ship. How does it, you know, get busy like that? It doesn't make sense. All right, we are taking damage per second, but damn, look at our damage. I think that finally I have made a decent streamer run. Now, why am I afraid to say good? Because once I say good, I start playing sloppy. Once I see that. Oh yeah, you fucking see that? That is why I never say that the run that I have crafted is good. I start to play like I'm first day post lobotomy. You know what I mean? That's gonna be my TikTok series, by the way. Day 1 post lobotomy, and then that's gonna be the whole series for an entire year. Day 1 post lobotomy. I'm having a great time. I sometimes it's hard to remember how many days it's been. Day 1 post lobotomy. Just 2 years later. I don't actually know how lobotomy affects your brain. I mean, obviously negatively. I'm not trying to be like, maybe it's for the, maybe I can meditate nicer. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's for the worse, but okay. Crit chance minus max HP and armor. I'm down for it, but I need more max HP and armor. There's our max HP back. There's our armor back. There's one more range damage. It actually changes the breakpoint of it. Now, if we just stand here, I think we're unkillable. Am I going to completely test this theory? Sure. No, I should grab money first so that we can start snowballing faster. Okay, now I should be at the point where I'm getting a decent amount. 3, look. 3 money isn't huge money, but it is something. I will say, oh, I don't know how many people out there like FPSs. If none of you, well, you're gonna hate what I'm about to announce. I am going to be streaming some of Apex's new season when they're adding all the skill trees and stuff. Most likely. I don't want to confirm anything 100% because, like, Apex is gonna be scary because I don't have 3 people to stream it, or 2 other people to stream it with. I wish I made friends. Because I'd love to do a collab stream with 2 other people where we do Apex. Just because it's so much more fun to have people you're actually talking to. Ooh, this is a tough choice. I think we do this one and then lock both of these and stand still and let the money flow towards us as we just compound interest the entire way. But yeah, I would love to do Apex with some other people, but it's so hard, you know? Opinion on Spec Ops The Line's message. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more context than that. You can't just be like, what did you think when Truman said this shit? Like, what did you think when... Where were you when Susan B. Anthony said, check out my new quilt, and showed off the American flag? I was not there. What is the message? We become what we observe. Fucking random ass message. What's the message? Make the hole in the ozone layer bigger because that shit kind of goes off. Every hole's a goal. Quote Spec Off The Line. Okay, okay. Because if that's their message, huge agree, honestly. Bisexual Spec Ops The Line be like, okay, grab this, grab this, grab this. Roll me. It's actually not even that worth it to get this for once. Weird. It's normally like one of the best ones you can get. I'm down to buy this as our final item of the run. Yep. Go to wave 20. Is our HP amazing? Nay. Sorry, I'm a horse garage. I'm not. Okay, hold on, hold on. Let's get rid of these guys. Whew. It's a little bit risky out here. Okay, just keep moving. My life steal is quite high though, so I'm not insanely worried. Okay, okay. Oh, baby. Hated that, truly. But now this guy's not even charging, so I've just got to play a little bit intelligently. Focusing on my fire, and we win. Okay. Oh, baby. We're about to get deep. Hold on. We're about to get philosophical. More about how war isn't good and confronting the horrors of it through the medium of a video game, where it's often glorified and shown as fun. I mean, it's true, right? But, like, video games glorify a lot of things. I think that, you know, there's definitely a lot of games that glorify a lot of things that be glorified if I were to give my humble opinion. Now, I do think for one arm, you likely go... I know I've done it 30,000 times, and every time I axe too close to the sun and I lose the entire run because of it. This time's going to be different. I'm going to axe too close to the sun and win the run because of it. But yeah, no, I mean, I'd agree, right? I feel like war is probably one of the most glorified things by games. However, I do think that you are kind of insane in your own right if you play a video game and go, wow, I need to enlist now. You probably should not have been playing video games in the first place. You seem a little bit too malleable, man. Like, do not watch 40-year-old virgin, or do. I mean, I guess it depends on if you want to be like a wizard or whatever, and if you believe in that mythos. I think that's the one where the wizard came from, right? Where if you make it to 40 and you're still a virgin, you get counted as a wizard. It's official at that point. You get a certificate and everything. I'm not sure. I've only heard it in anime, which I know is probably a very bad sign. However, I'd also like to say that, like, you know, anime's taught me a lot of good life lessons. Like, and not to mention, oh, they removed Spec Ops from stores because of music copyright. Damn, that shit hurts. Oh man, imagine how much time you spend as a dev working on your magnum opus of a game. You know what I mean? Like, everybody in the office is like, this is a great message. It's got great theming, great soundtrack, great everything. And then somebody was like, by the way, for the soundtrack, for the credits, I didn't know what to do, so I just threw in What I've Done by Linkin Park. And they're like, oh, that's fine. And then they get a message the next day and they're like, guys, that shit was not fine. Next time, you're gonna have to look in the licensing. Okay. Roll that. We minus our speed a little bit, but we up our money for the rest of the run. Now, am I going too close to the sun on this one? Possibly. I definitely see it being a possibility because this weapon is not actively good itself. It's only good at scaling our damage. And I don't know what melee weapon is on its own the best to pivot into. I'd love to get a drill. Drill would go off, man. Me with your mom last night. Am I right? Am I right, gamers? Sorry, I didn't mean to be crass, okay? I know some people have their kids watching right now. I didn't mean to be crass to you. I know I do put the family-friendly tag on Twitch. I don't. I think if I did that legally, Twitch would be allowed to show up to my house and beat me up. You're not family-friendly at all. Oh, it's been up for years. It just expired recently. Okay. Yeah, I mean, copyright's a bitch, dude. I hate copyright law. It's so stupid, right? Especially, like, we all remember the Fine Bros trying to copyright React. And it's like, well, it's important because we have to protect the IP of the companies. Why? Like, why? Like, what? Genuine, the worst that could happen from it, right, is I can understand if the copyright leads to, like, defamation, right? Like, someone's like, hey, kids, it's me, Mickey Mouse, try ketamine. Okay, that one, you've got a legal case behind it. Kids are influenced by your character, therefore it's fucked up to insinuate using the character to, like, try a substance or something like that. I understand where there'd be a case for that one, right? But if it's like, hey, they made a horror video game and they used my intellectual property in it. It's like, yeah, well, it's probably in a transformative way if they're using it in, like, a horror IP like that. They obviously strictly promoting defamation-based things. There's obviously a court case to be had there, but otherwise, don't you think we're getting a little too in the weeds when you're like, well, I feel like your song is 95% different, but at this one part, your escalation of notes is very similar to the Mario 64 Infinite Staircase escalation of notes. Anything you want to say before you get locked up for good, you criminal scum? It's like, okay, their fault, I guess. They should have considered this. Okay, hold on. It's getting a little bit dicey. I won't lie. And it is mostly my own fault, which is what hurts the most. Okay, buy that. Tree, life steal me. Roll me. I don't think it's worth having, right? -2 armor is brutal when I have none. Negative armor is probably one of the primary killers of runs without people realizing it, right? Because armor gives you effective HP, and effective HP is your HP effectively. So it's really nice to have that high. Now, I know there's some mods and like, I was gonna call them plugins, dude. Yeah, man. You can tell who's the web dev. But yeah, there's some mods that, okay. Let's start manually aiming, because old one arm does not know what he's doing. I think that manual aim is the key on this character. Because, like, do you see how much nicer it's going now that I'm manually aiming? I'm able to kill so much more effectively. I'm able to rip and tear so much more effectively. Okay, by this. Minus our damage for a little bit more attack speed, I think is fine. Minusing our lifesteal for attack speed and range is not fine, unfortunately. Getting more crit chance up, though, that's huge. Minusing one of my armor for more range, and I think it was attack speed. The attack speed part, we can... look, it didn't really matter, but... Ooh, not killing in 2 hurts. Now, getting crit kills to heal will be huge if I can get my crit chance to be higher than 9%. I should have thought this through, likely. Whoopsies. I thought I was already critting way more than that. That's fine. Now we just gotta go like a good, precise weapon like Claw. If we go Claw, I think that all of a sudden, a lot of my worries and or concerns surrounding the run evaporate into thin air. You know what I mean? They'd be doing that cycle of precipitation of the water, you know, of the rain. When the rain comes down and all the worms come up to eat. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the full song. I'm sorry. I don't know how popular the song was. I don't really check that kind of shit because then there's a chance I will unlike it out of instinct. And it's a bad habit, yeah. But if I don't have the fact that like songs I listen to are indie, what do I have? Who am I at that point? Okay. Bowler hat actually is ass. Why did I even think about locking it? That's a good question. I think it's because it was so good on the pacifist and I was ready to keep passing that fist in many ways. Okay, it's already 10. Fuck. The sin of starting late is that I have to end earlier. That is the primary sin of it, right? Because generally by 10, I'm off-ish or I'm winding down. The exception is like Saturdays or maybe even Fridays. I haven't been doing Friday streams recently. I mean, technically, if I'm being completely honest, I don't need to do Monday streams because that's not the schedule I have put out. Now, why do I do Monday streams? I'm a little bit addicted to talking. It's kind of an issue. I'm a chronic yapper. I got words in my heart and a song to sing, so I'm a yap till the damn dogs come home. You know what I mean? So like, technically it's against the schedule. Okay, I will, guys, I think that perhaps I almost hatcheted too close to the sun. Recycle, get this one. More range might be huge. Getting damage up every round is huge. Now I need a ton of HP regen. Lock this in and we start going speed. Okay, my speed's at -6%. That's horrible. That's actually just offensively bad to me. Yeah, I mean, I understand like the road to hell really do be out here paved with good intentions. And if you're like, whoa, what a deep quote. Thank you, I came up with it myself. And if you think anybody else said it before me, find a source on that and I will edit it using inspect element. And all of a sudden, I'm right. Okay. But like, I understand that the idea behind copyright law is it helps out the little guy. In practice, we all know that's a lie. And the reason it is such a lie is that the little guy can't afford lawyers. Guess who wins you the case in your copyright law? That's right. It's the lawyers. So it's kind of like a big old lie we've all just been telling ourselves that, oh yeah, it's so made to help out, you know, small independent artists and stop them from getting taken advantage of. That's not true. Let's not lie to each other. I'm down to do this. More enemies would be a sin that I can't forgive. This is where Shuriken comes in. This is a big pivot and a scary one at that. there's a lot to say I shouldn't have done Shuriken because we're only at a 62% chance to crit. I would wager that this might be the pivot we needed because our Shurikens deal 1 billion damage. I think that it's far stronger than having Axe, and it's got the added benefit of being a ranged melee weapon, which not, if you can imagine, not many are. The two kind of diametrically oppose each other. It's like saying it's an oil water weapon. What are you talking about? You know? And yet here we are with our ranged melee weapon. It's kind of the gangplank of this game, you know, where everybody gets to pretend together that he's a melee champion, and then you watch him half health somebody or one shot somebody from across the entire map, and it's like, oh, okay, well, nice melee range. Oh, I understand. It's one of those melees. Okay. Now our pickup range does kind of suck. That is putting it lightly, yes. However, our damage itself is very, very good. And I think that we stay with this. No. More crit chance. More HP regen. Minus a little bit of armor for some more range. A little bit more melee damage. A bit more of this. Hunting. Now that we're hunting, I think that we are genuinely unstoppable. This is a horde wave, so this will be a big test of how the run goes. Okay, we need more crits. If we don't crit, we are completely fucked. So, like, please start critting. Critting is what I have built the entire run and the idea and identity of it around. Because we are at 234% damage. If it is not good enough, wow. That's all I really have to say on that one. Okay, hold on. It's not good enough. Oh, baby. Okay, hate this for me. Hate this. Despise and detest the direction I have taken this in. I have none to blame but myself for this one. I won't lie. Okay. All you, buddy. Just keep tossing. Just keep tossing. We're going to double back because they don't see it coming. That's the thing. That's the thing. They thought I'd just keep going the same direction. Should have kept going the same direction. Should have kept going the same direction. Cut through. Cut through the middle. They don't know. I've got that Walmart shopping tech. They don't realize that I go when it's rush hour. All right. Good shit. Good shit. Recycle that. Recycle that. More crit chance, because every time we miss a crit, it is so much DPS down. It's insane. Okay. More melee damage. I need to start getting anything that matters for speed. Start throwing these. As long as there's no range at the start, I feel so safe. The second there's range showing up and there's like shooters, you know, red dot on my forehead, braining me, I feel way less safe. I know that that's a crazy thing to say, but yes, the second I'm getting shot at, I feel far more unsafe. Dude, growing up, I had like a ton of fireworks that would go off around me, right? Or at least I thought, because I didn't realize until I was older that fireworks and like gunshots can sound similar when you're in your house ages away from them. But like, I was, as far as I know, in a good neighborhood, right? Actually, like, genuinely, I was in a good neighborhood. So what was I hearing? I think that it was just people who had guns like to go out and shoot them in the woods. They were like, me buy, me use weapon, me big man, you know? Okay, take this, take more trees, sell Tyler. We don't need them. Rip to all the Tylers out there, but I'm moving on. We want more speed. We'll take more damage. That's something. Projectiles pierce to an additional 1 target. I'm down for that, just to see how it works. Crown is worthless when we don't have anything it scales off of. Is that my second vigilante ring? It is. So every wave we're getting a ton. So, okay. I have a controversial take, which is that I don't like bacon at all, right? So when it comes to loaded potato, baked potato versus a loaded fry, I'll normally go for a loaded baked potato, despite generally preferring the vessel of which a fry comes in. Now, with that said, you might say, why? Because if you still don't like bacon, what's the point in either, right? With a loaded baked potato, there's more options, you don't get viewed as weird when you start throwing sour cream, chives, you know, onion, garlic, all that kind of stuff on your baked potato. If you throw the exact same ingredients on a loaded fry, all of a sudden you're the weirdest motherfucker to live. Like, loaded fries mean one thing, and it means you are putting maybe a jalapeno if you're lucky on the fries, and aside from that, it is just bacon and cheese, maybe chives too. Maybe it's chives / green onions. I'm not sure. I've heard that they're the same thing, and I've also heard that they're different things. This is not the primary point of it, so we're not going to focus on that aspect of it. More of this, couple more damage upgrades. But yeah, so I just think that the vessel of a baked potato is more, it enables more combinations to exist, whereas a fry pigeonholes you so hard. It looks you in the eyes, it sits you down, it says, hey, you've been doing great out there, by the way, we're doing it this way from now on. And it's like, all right, look, you're the expert, and clearly you know something that's working out, because a lot of people are a huge fan. I'm just personally, I've never seen a fry bar, I've seen baked potato bars, you know what I mean? Because like, you're sacrilege if you do fries a different way. With that said, I do make my own variant of loaded fries as pizza fries. That shit's delectable and delicious. Probably going to put me into cardiac arrest at a young age. That happened. What, am I supposed to give up joy too? Okay, but I took a lot of damage there. Oops. I just kind of had to, you know. We could use riposte pretty bad, I won't lie. Okay, that's a lot of money we missed. Yeah, gonna minus my damage, gonna minus my dodge. Sorry, not my damage, my range. Minus my range. I would never minus my damage. More max HP. Jetpack for dodge and speed, because we need our speed to be positive. Because if we don't have positive speed, we've been getting caught way too easily. And so what's our crit chance at now? 91. We're getting so goddamn close. Okay, this one, lock this, and then we're getting close to being off. Our solo shuriken in hand, I really do feel like the Naruto fanboy showing up, you know? Okay, we've got nice bounces going. Does it bounce to 2 targets now? Bounces up to 3 times on critical hit. Okay, yes, it does. It does. That's huge. What cut of fries? See, now we're asking like the deep, hard hitting questions, right? Because it depends on what I'm doing with them. Now, for just a general purpose fry, I feel like I really like a waffle. Gives you a good bit of skin to potato filling ratio. Some people are gonna get out here and say intellectually dishonest things like the potato skin shouldn't be part of your fries. That's a very intellectually dishonest statement, because we all know that that shit is delicious. So don't like lie. You're not making yourself sound cool. You don't sound like a chef, you sound incompetent, you know what I mean? We love the skin of the fry, but that's also why a potato wedge, it's kind of the happy marriage between a potato, you know, a baked potato and a potato and a french fry. It's like that very happy marriage between both of them. Both are happy and neither feel as though they're being outshined or ignored in the relationship, which is ideal because, you know, you need to make sure your partner's heard. We will give this a little bit more range, or a little bit more speed and range. Our range is still positive. Doesn't really matter. We'll get more damage. And then we get our red shuriken post this wave. Which means if we survive whoever this boss is, which I think we'll be able to, we're looking really golden right about now. Yeah, I definitely imagine us surviving this boss. Just based off of the current stats I'm looking at. In terms of how much damage he's taking. Okay, I think the shuriken pivot was highly successful. I know that in the history books, you know, a lot of people noted this as a very big turning point in the Salted Slices empire, right? It was like kind of the confidence boost that weird kids got when Napoleon Dynamite dropped. That's kind of what this was for the Salted Slices empire. So luckily it worked out for us, and our shuriken is now a cult classic. It very easily could have gone the way of Kick-Assia, and while it does have its fans, those fans even acknowledge that it's, look, we don't like it because it's a good movie, you know what I mean? Napoleon, people are like, yeah, that one, good movie, you know? So we have luckily made it. Minus 5% damage. I'm down to take it. Explosive turret, not down to take it. Does nothing for us and offends me to see it on my screen. Plus speed minus range. Plus damage minus max HP. Plus damage minus max HP. Plus armor, because we need the armor desperately. Everything's so cheap, man. I feel like they're just giving it away. Anvil will be a little bit of armor. I don't think the little amount of armor we're getting is at all justifying its price. Its existence is not justified to me. So we're gonna move on, even though it is, you know, bat chest, red item. I love rarity in gaming. I got you the top one. Dude, someone needs to restrain me. I need to be restrained like Bane was in The Dark Knight, dude, because I keep having an urge. And I'm like, I should stream it, man. I should stream it. That would go off. I want to play Honkai Star Rail so bad. I haven't played it in so long, man. I want to get back in there. I want to get back in the damn mines to see what I can change. See how I can, you know, farm relics for 30,000 hours straight on stream. Talking about nothing. Talking about people coming in going, hey, I just pulled this. Free to play, by the way. Losing my mind. Being like, I'm happy for you. Who do you think you are? Do you know who has the ability to click the ban button at any moment? It's me. So don't go bragging too much, okay? Because I didn't get the character. But it would be a free-to-play account that I do on stream. What about my off-stream account? My off-stream account was mostly free-to-play. And what do I mean by mostly? I mean, I bought the one, like, $5 a month subscription thing. I know that that's technically you're no longer free-to-play, but it is also such, like, a insubstantial amount of money when you're actually working. To give $5 is almost like a subscription fee while you're playing the game. That's at least how I viewed it, right? Because, like, you seen WoW players? Do you know how much they spend on their game that they don't like? On their game that they will only ever complain about, and then you say WoW's dying and they go, no, it's actually on the uptick. It's actually on the uptick. And then you know, the next expansion drops 30,000 tweets about how it's lazy, no effort, about how Blizzard's killing the game. Somebody on the outside says it's a dead game. You don't even know anything, man. You don't even know about the history of WoW. Who do you think you are coming in here talking about WoW like that? Blizzard announces, hey, here's our new dragons. Oh my god, I can't believe Blizzard killed the game again. It's the Pokemon dilemma, just it shifted slightly. And it's funny because the two fan bases would have like next to no overlap. And if you were to point it out, people would call you psychotic, right? But Pokemon fans will be like, dude, the recent Pokemon games are so good. You got to give them a shot. You got to give them a shot. New Pokemon game announced. 30,000 tweets about why it's the lowest effort game they've ever had. I'm part of the problem. I buy every Pokemon game and also think that, by the way. I'm not trying to be like, hey, guys, leave Game Freak alone. They're doing their... No, like, I am expressly the issue. I look in the mirror and go, damn, it really do be me out here. But that doesn't stop me from, you know... Ooh, okay, plus 18% damage. Yeah, that's it's still worth it then. It's just less worth it than I wish it was. Do I have a favorite gen of Pokemon games? So, I think naively I would say, oh, it had to be when I was a kid and I played Gen 4. Gen 4 was the first Pokemon game I played. Gen 3 was the second Pokemon game I played. And Gen 1 was the third Pokemon game I played, making Gen 2 the fourth Pokemon game I played. Now, you might say that was a very confusing order. Let me elaborate. I got Pokemon Diamond for my birthday, and I went, by the way, what a fucking run. What a run that one was. So I got Pokemon Diamond for my birthday. We'll do one final run, by the way. Fuck it. I'm down to send it off. I'm bantering anyways. Okay, we go Thief's Dagger. The more money we get, the more money we got, the more problems it brings. But so what it was is I had gotten Pokemon Diamond for my birthday, and so I was like, wait, these Pokemon things are great. And I had a Game Boy, I just didn't have any Pokemon games on it. So my dad, being like the, you know, hero that he was, decided, okay, well then I will buy you another Pokemon game, but this time it's gonna be for your Game Boy that you already own. Fucking sick as hell, man. So I got a Pokemon game on my Game Boy. He got me Pokemon Sapphire because blue was my favorite color. So Sapphire just works out. Played through all of Sapphire. Then he found Fire Red at a garage sale for like $4. So I played Fire Red. Now, all of this, I know I haven't given an answer yet. We're building up to it, right? So naively, I would say that one of those 4 gens, and then also the remakes of Gen 2 came out post Diamond and Pearl. So I played those ones when they released because Pokemon, yeah. So what ended up happening is we'll also buy this, get a little bit of that, a little bit of HP regen. I think that the naive answer that I could give is that, well, of course, the ones I played as a kid first were the best ones. That's not the case. I think that the best of the sprite art games, I'm going to give it 2 separate answers, right? The best of the sprite art games was absolutely Black and White. And it hurts to say, because for a while I said Gen 4 was my favorite generation. The more I reflect and grow as a person, I think I have to look back without the, rose tinted glasses being like, oh man, but it was so good. Can't do that. I gotta look at it objectively and say, yeah, Gen 5 fucked, man. That one was a good generation. It had a good story. They really improved on a lot of the mechanics of the game that needed to be improved upon. It was just a very good step in undeniably the right direction, which is very rare for Pokemon to have. Then we hit the 3D games. Not gonna lie, X and Y, very fun game, lacking something. Now, I don't know what it was, just lacking something. Sun and Moon, shaking up the formula, love that for them. But the unfortunate downside of Sun and Moon is it was when the franchise started to show a little bit of deterioration. Now, what do I mean by that? You kind of felt that when Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon dropped, it really felt like you were playing a relic of the past. Why am I paying for the same damn game again? We don't have to do this anymore. People just update their game. Why am I sat here paying for the game I already play? You know what I mean? So you very much felt like you were in a relic of the past once that hit. And I think it really taints the whole generation in my mind because of it. Now we get to Sword and Shield. I don't care what any of the haters say. Sword and Shield was a fire game. Now, were the textures looking like they were ripped from the N64 for the trees in the wild area and the wild area in general? Yeah. Were the raids repetitive after you've done enough of them? Yeah, I'd say so. But like the thing is, it was still a new feature that let me play online with my friends. That shit was sick as hell. DLCs that were fun to play. The like Crown Tundra was a really cool addition. They had a lot of really good ideas going on. It was just an insanely solid game. Now, what about our most recent game? I tried to play the DLC that I have already purchased, and I got nauseous from the frame rate and stopped playing. That is not a good sign for something I already purchased and should have, like, some incentive to want to play. So I think, unfortunately, I gotta say that Scarlet and Violet just wasn't it. So that's my full analysis of Pokemon gens through the years. Skipping side games and stuff like that. If we were to get too deep into side games, I think people would get bored, for one. And for two, I think that Arceus is probably the best spin-off they've ever done. It was really positive for the direction they were moving in, and then they did none of it for the game after, which I think also is why Scarlet Violet, in my mind, stands out as a bit of a stinker. Because, like, you had such a positive and good framework, and then decided to implement none of the stuff people liked in Arceus. In fact, only implementing, like, some of the bad features. So, I do think Scarlet Violet is... I think at the time, people were too hard on Sword and Shield. I think you gotta look back, you know what I mean? It's hard, though, because nobody on the internet wants to look back and ever say if they were right or wrong about anything. It's just always... You've said it once, you've made your bed, now lie. You know what I mean? This is your viewpoint. You can't change it. If you change it, What are you, weak? What are you, a coward? Okay, I'm down to 7 HP. Kind of a stupid amount of money that I spent. But we make more money. We have more HP the more hearts we get. Ooh. Sorry, the more money we get. So our econ primary build should actually be very good for generating extra life. Thus, I don't have to feel insanely afraid. Now, if I don't have to, why do I? Yeah, that's a great question. I'm petrified. I feel frozen up on the spot. Also, okay, hold on. What? I was at 10 HP and it said -9 and I died. That's, I think that might be a little bit of bullshit. Well, whatever. I didn't have much time left anyways. It is 10:30. I have work tomorrow. I do need to get sleep and get some shit done, unfortunately. I know it was an insanely short stream, but I would have felt bad leaving everybody high and dry. I mean, what are you doing without all the rat by your side? So thank you everybody for coming out. If you did come out, Twitch, I don't have anybody to raid. I don't have anybody to raid. Oh shit, the one person I was gonna raid went offline. Well, I don't have anybody to raid. So anybody, I hope everybody enjoyed their night. Sorry it was so short, but thank you so much for coming out, and I will see you guys tomorrow.